got two spherical surface. Sorry. So it has got, if two sphere, that means two center of curvature. That is in case of biconvex or biconcave. In case of plano, what will be? One is plane surface. So plane surface is treated as sphere of infinite radius. Like if you see the surface of Earth, it appears flat. If you see the small part of the sphere, it appears flat, but actually it is spherical in shape. So that's why sometimes we say plane surface is a sphere of infinite radius. The radius of plane surface is infinity. So if you draw a sphere, then it will be very big one. So first C1 will be that side, very big one. C2 will be this side, very small one. So it will have only one sphere like this can be drawn. So here it will be C. Sorry, C2. And plane surface is infinite one. So center of curvature is very far. So if we join the two center of curvature, so the imaginary line joining these two center of curvature, what we call?
Principal
The line joining these two center of curvature we call principal ellipse. Now the center of this lens, this we call optical center or pole. So what will happen if the ray incident in this region, as this central region is considered as a glass slab. So whatever ray will incident, so if ray is coming like this, it may so it will become parallel, undeviated. If you consider a thin lens, whether it is convex or concave, consider a thin lens, then we have to show only one deviation, then we will show only this way. This ray will go undeviated. Actually, what will be, if you are considering deviation on both the surfaces, then emergent ray will be parallel to this. So there is no deviation. So that's why we define center, this pole or optical center, as the central point of the lens through which the incident ray pass undeviated. It will go undeviated. Definition given in book. So this is, if you are showing only one deviation, that is on the principal section only, then this way ray diagram. If you are interested to show on both the surfaces, then this way will be the ray diagram. So principal axis, center of curvature, radius of curvature will be what? The radius of the sphere, of which this spherical surface is a part. So whatever the radius of this sphere, that is radius of curvature. Whatever is the radius of this sphere, radius of curvature of that surface. So in case of biconvex or biconcave, the two radius of curvature may be same or may be different. For example, here, this is your R2 and this is R1. If this R1 is equal to R2, that is, if radius of curvature of the two surfaces are same, then we say the lens is equiconvex or equiconvex. So if radius of curvature of the two spherical surfaces are same, the lens is equiconvex or equiconcave. So there is difference between biconvex and equiconvex. Biconvex means what? What is the meaning of biconvex? Study we have seen.
Two convex lens.
Two convex lens. Very good. Who is that fellow? Abhijit?
Pratik. Pratik.
Pratik. That is the meaning of biconvex lens. Yesterday we have present or absent?
Present.
So what is the meaning of biconvex? Biconvex means both the surfaces are bulging out. That is, these two surfaces are convex. Plano-convex means one surface plane, other surface convex. So biconvex means both the surfaces are bulging out. That is, both are convex surface. Both are spherical. And both are bulging out. That is the meaning of biconvex. Biconcave means both the surfaces are bulging in. So that both the surfaces are forming cave. So biconcave. So that is biconvex or biconcave. But here equiconvex means this surface and this surface has got same radius of curvature. That is, they are the part of equal sphere. So ray diagram what we will draw, that will be of equiconvex or equiconcave only. That is, both center of curvature of both sides will be at same distance. So for thin lens, this OC1 or OC2 is equal to radius of curvature. So actually it is how much? From here to here. That is R1. Or for this one, from this place to this place. No. This is A, this is B. Then what is that? BC1 is R1. And AC2 is R2. But for thin lens, what is that? This OC1 or OC2. So OC1 is R1 and OC2 is R2. That is for thin lens, we say. So equiconvex, both are equal. For equiconvex, OC1 equal to OC2, and that is R, radius of curvature. Similarly, here also, we have to draw the ray diagram of only thin lens, not thick lens. So always we will show the deviation on this principal section, that is on this line. We will not show deviation on both the surfaces. Now, principal focus. As in case of lens, there are two focus. So sometimes it is written principal foci. So there are two principal focus, F1 and F2. And it has got two center of curvature, so two principal focus also. Now, how we define first principal focus of convex lens? So in case of first principal focus, F1. So what will be in this case? So we will show only on principal section only. Here is the principal axis. So first principal focus is the point the incident ray passing through such point. If the incident rays are passing through such point, then it will become parallel to principal. So this point, that is, if refracted ray is parallel to principal axis, then the point from which it is coming on the principal axis, this point only, from where it is coming on the principal axis. So first principal focus of convex lens is the point on principal axis. Incident ray passing through which will become parallel to principal axis after refraction. Refraction is given in your book. and this OF1 we call focal length. So this OF1 is the focal length of the lens. A plane passing through this focus parallel to the plane of lens or perpendicular to the principal axis, that we call focal plane. That is imaginary only. Actually, there is no plane passing through that. So plane passing through focus, and there are two focus, so two focal plane will be there. One will be this side, other will be that side. So that we call focal plane. And distance between optical center and focus we call focal length. Now second principal focus is the point on principal axis at which the incident ray passing through principal axis converge after refraction to the lens. This OF2 is focal length on this side. If lens is placed in homogeneous medium, that is, whatever medium is left side, same medium is right side, then these two focal length will be equal. Whether the radius of curvature of two surfaces are unequal or equal, no problem. Only the medium of left side and right side should be same. Then these two focal lengths are same. If one side medium is different, naturally this focal length will also change. Suppose here is lens and after that water is present. Then F1 and F2 are not equal. So if lens is placed in homogeneous medium, this F1 and F2 are equal, and that we call focal length. Generally, we represent focal length by small f. Capital F represents focus, that is point, whereas small f represents focal length. So homogeneous medium you understood? Both side medium should be same. That is going from air to lens, lens to air, or water to lens, lens to water. That is homogeneous medium. Then two focal length will be same. Whether R1 is equal to R2 or R1 is not equal to R2, no problem. Focal length will be same.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you please show focal plane in the diagram?
How will you show focal plane? So suppose this is a plane passing through this point like this. Understood? This copy, the surface of the copy, which is placed like this. So this is focal plane. So three dimension, how will you show? So there is a surface this way. So this is perpendicular this way. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So if this is the supposed lens, this is the lens surface, and focus is here, then this is the position. So it is parallel to the surface of lens. So definitions we got, that is optical center, center of curvature, radius of curvature, principal focus, and focal length, focal plane. So these are the definitions, or these are the terms which will come frequently while discussing. Now, how to draw the ray diagram to find the position of image, that we have done in class 8 also. So same thing here also. You are knowing what are the rays to be considered? Yes.
Monochromatic.
Yes.
Monochromatic.
No, monochromatic means of one color only. No, which ray you will consider? If you are considering the lens, suppose this is the lens and here is the object, then which are the rays we must consider to get the position of image? So that those rays we call principal rays. Like principally, which ray we have to consider to get the position of image. So what are the rays? One ray will be parallel to principal axis, that will pass through
F1.
So one ray always will take parallel to principal axis, that will pass through F2 in case of convex lens, and it will appear to diverge from F2 in case of concave lens. That is one ray. What will be the second ray? Second ray will be, so this is our first one ray will be like this. Second ray will be passing through optical center. So we will join the tip of the object and optical center. So it will pass undeviated. So that is our second ray. Sometimes this ray we are not able to draw. Then what will be? We will consider the third ray. Third ray is what? The ray passing through first principal focus in convex lens, or appearing to pass through F1 in concave lens. will become parallel to principal axis. So these are the three principal rays we call. To draw the position of image, practically what will be, all three rays will converge at only one point. If you will draw in nice way on proper scale, all three rays will converge at same point. In case of convex lens. So these are the three rays which we must consider, and these three we call principal rays. So to draw the ray diagram to get the position of image, nature of image or size of image, we have to take any two rays. You can take three rays. If there is slight error, then all three rays will not converge at one point. So that's why we avoid taking three rays. We take only two rays, either this and this, or this and this, or you are free, you can take this and this also, no problem. Got the point? So these rays we call principal rays. Or sometimes other name is there, I think refracting rays or whatever. So we have to keep in mind, for just to draw the ray diagram, we have to consider these three rays only. Understood? Now, in case of concave lens, what will be? How will be coming? In case of concave lens, here is the object. So one ray will be parallel to principal axis. What will happen to this ray?
It will
It
reflect
will
back.
diverge.
It will diverge. It will appear to diverge from
Focus.
F1 or F2. F2. Here is, this is F2. In case of convex, this side will be F2. So wherever we have selected the distance, suppose this distance is F2, same distance this side F1. So you will join this point F2 and this by dotted line. It will appear to diverge from this, and this side will be full line. Now, what is this second line, second ray? Passing through this optical center. And you will join this point and this point. So this is our second ray. You have to draw by scale only. So while drawing ray diagram, you are supposed to use sharp pencil and scale and arrow mark in the incident ray as well as in refracted ray. If you have not giving arrow mark, that means you will lose all the marks. That means we are not sure from where ray is coming and from where it is going or where it is going. Okay, so that is second one. Now what will be the third one? So in this case, it is appearing to pass through F1. So what will be? You will join this point and this point. Up to here full line, and then this is dotted line. That is appearing to pass through F1, but passing. Well, before that, there will be refraction. So this ray will become parallel to principal axis. So this is our third ray. So these are the three principal rays in case of concave lens. One ray parallel to principal axis, it will diverge from F2. So we'll join this point F2 and the point of incidence and will produce forward. Second, passing through optical center. Third, if this is not possible, then we have to take this one. That is appearing to pass through F1. It will become parallel. Yes, any confusion? Anyone having any confusion? No. Now, suppose you are asked complete the ray diagram. So you are asked draw incident or refracted ray to complete the ray diagram. Okay. So these two are refracted rays are given. You are supposed to draw incident ray. Here these three incidents are given. You have to draw refracted ray. Okay. What is the first one? So first one is the case of convex. In convex one, when the ray is incident parallel to principal axis, it will pass through this one, F2. Second one is the case of what? What will be the second one? Yes, anyone? But already time up much more. Yes. So it is concave, very good. So what will be? So it is convex. F2 is this side, F1 is this side. So convex only. So in case of convex, There is no such property. If it is appearing to pass through F2, it will become parallel. So here it will further converge like this will come. If the same thing is given, here is your F1 and this side is F2, then it will become parallel. That is concave. This is convex or concave? Concave.
Concave.
It will further diverge or become parallel. This is the case of concave. So what will happen? You have to draw the incident ray. So you will join this point and this point. So this is the incident ray. No. It is convex, no? It is mistake. So it will pass through F1. This is convex. Sorry, concave. So we will join this one. So this will be incident ray. Okay, already we are 10 minutes late. So we'll leave up to here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So next we have got class test of the 2 chapter calorimetry and refraction at plane surface. Okay, thank you.